welcome to Sage of Seven. So this is going to be like a fun reading. This is going to be a reading on the series Dune. So I recently went to go see part 2 of Dune, and I really enjoyed the movie. But I don't know, this time around, it just like something about the story, it just makes me feel like, this isn't all just fantasy in my opinion. Now, I have seen the original Dune that came out, the original movie that came out in the 70s, I think, or the early 80s, I'm not sure. But I saw the original movie. I enjoyed that movie. I know when it first came out, it got like bad reviews or whatever, but to me, it's a classic. And I'm currently reading the book, so I have to pick it back up again to get more in depth in the story. But overall, I just feel like certain aspects of the Dune series parallel either past events that humanity has gone through or been involved in, or future events. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just poke and pry and see, what exactly is going on here. Like, is there some truth to this series that has a cult following that the fans beloved, or is this all just fantasy? So I'm just curious. So as usual, anything I state during this reading is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. If you want to book a reading with me, go to sage7.com. Let's get into it. First question is Dune based on reality? It doesn't necessarily have to be our current reality, but I do believe in parallel universes, different dimensions. So I'm just going to see, I'm first going to ask, is it based on our reality? So is the Dune series based on our reality? Is it based on our reality? Is there some truth to this series as far as our reality goes? Is it based on humanity's reality? So it's going back and forth. That's what had me so, I knew I was intrigued with this series for a reason. So it's giving a yes indication. So now I'm going to ask, since we've established our reality, so is this a past reality? Is this a past reality? It's going side to side. I wouldn't be surprised if the author of the books is some sort of psychic or, I don't know, highly intelligent channeler of some sort. But to me it's giving the author of the books, the original author was channeling the future in a sense. So is the Dune series based on future reality? Is this a future reality? And I'm talking very specifically because at the end of the day, we all have free will. So things can change. I'm specifically saying a reality and not the reality. So it's going back and forth. So this may not all be fantasy. My next question is, are the houses based on real houses? Are they based on real houses? You have like House Harkonnen, Atreides. Those are the main ones that I know. Like I said, I'm still getting into the books, so I don't know all of the houses, but those are the main ones that I've been following through the movies. So it's going back and forth, and it's giving a yes indication. So these houses actually do exist. It's giving a very enthusiastic yes. Like very enthusiastic. So let's get more specific. Do these houses currently exist? Do they currently exist? So this is future. So none of the houses have been created yet in a sense. And I ask this question specifically because I believe that, humanity is not just on Earth. I believe that humanity is scattered throughout different galaxies and dimensions and stuff like that. So these houses before I asked that question, I was thinking, okay, these houses could currently exist, and this is something that happens between these houses thousands of years in the future. But these houses don't yet exist yet according to the pendulum. So the whole story is based on reality, but this is a future reality is what we're getting so far. So is Paul Atreides, is he based on a real person? Is he based on a potential real person in the future? So it's going back and forth. So that may not be his actual name, but you know, so far he could just be an Atreides though, but Paul may not be his first name. It could be, because I mean the author was channeling this far, so you never know. Paul Atreides may be real in thousands of years from now. I'm gonna ask: Is the Emperor based on a real person? Is the Emperor, the big bad Emperor from Dune 2, the guy that we saw, or just the Emperor that Paul overtakes or overthrows? That's okay. So I'm getting that part is not going to happen in the future, is what I'm getting. Okay. So this is my most exciting question, because, you know, as a spiritual person / witchy person, the Bene Gesserit are like my favorite of the whole Dune series. Even though they're manipulative and conniving, you know, I love anything witchy that comes up in movies. I love it. So, are the Bene Gesserit, is that based on a real group in the future? Is that based on a real group? So it is going to be based on a real group. And that's an enthusiastic yes as well. Back and forth. So my next question is, these intergalactic witches, will they have the same powers as what's in the movie? Are they going to have the same powers? When I'm getting it similar, I feel like the books and the movies exaggerate the extent of their powers, but they're going to have some of the same powers, and they're going to have the same influence over galaxies and politics and stuff like that, but not the same exact powers. It's not going to be the same thing, basically. To me, it seems like it's going to be more low-key in the shadows. I mean, technically in the Dune series, the Bene Gesserit are already low-key in the shadows, but in the series, it is a well-known thing that these are powerful witches who can, like, it is well known what they can do. To me, it seems like in the future, it will not be well known what, you know, these witches are doing, basically. It's more in the shadows is what I'm getting. But that's cool though. The fact that, however you feel about the Bene Gesserit, I'm happy, because that tells me that, you know, our sisters, our witches will survive in the future. So, you know, I'm happy about that, because, you know, they, you know, every so often, you know, there's a war on witches or spiritual people in general. So, you know, I'm honestly happy that we survive. But, you know, for the good or bad of humanity, love them or hate them, you know, they real in the future. I believe the planet is called Arrakis. That's the one that the Atreides were tasked with, like, managing for the spice or whatever. So is Arrakis based on a real planet? Is Arrakis based on a real planet? So Arrakis doesn't currently exist. It's not real. But my next question is does Arrakis represent a possible reality for Earth? Does Arrakis represent a possible reality for Earth? So it's going back and forth, and it's saying yes. So follow me here. I'm gonna go left, but follow me here. So I believe it was I forgot where I read this. I believe it was that Medium story that was Medium. It's like medium.com, I believe. It's like the story talking about humanity's origins and, you know, stuff like that. I believe that's where I read it, or it could have been the Urantia book. I'm not sure which or where I read this, but in the story it goes that the origin of how the Sahara or Sahara Desert was created by some sort of war that involved lasers, extreme heat. The Sahara Desert is man-made, basically. That was the narrative that this story was going with. And when I saw the movie, when I saw Dune in general, and whenever I see Arrakis in the series, it made me question, okay, is this the potential for Earth, right? And then out of nowhere, I just remember that story talking about the lasers being deployed during a war, like in the past, that basically burnt up the Earth in that area and caused the area to be barren and to form into a desert, basically. So the pendulum said that this is a possible reality for Earth, yeah. So my next question is, so I just want to confirm what I read, basically. So is the Sahara Desert, is this man-made? Is it man-made? So it's going back and forth. Okay, so we've established it's man-made. So my next question is, I'm gonna ask about the lasers part to see if they'll answer that part. Was the Sahara Desert created by lasers? Was this due to using lasers on the area? So it's going back and forth, and it's saying yes. So my next question is, if Earth ended up like the planet Arrakis from Dune, would this happen through laser warfare again? Would that be what does us in, is this laser warfare? That is an enthusiastic yes. So our planet would end up looking like Arrakis if we don't get it together and, you know, stop warring with each other, and as if things escalate to the point where they're using lasers. Okay, and God, I don't know why I'm not gonna ask about it, but I ain't gonna say this. I've heard that allegedly lasers were involved with the fires in Maui. Again, that is alleged. I'm not even going to ask if that's real. But when a thought comes into my head, at the end of the day, I just have to say it. This whole time when I'm thinking about Dune, Arrakis, deserts, lasers, Maui comes up. I don't know why. I'm not going to look into it because, you know, I don't want nobody, you know, coming after me. But I'm just going to say what comes to mind, basically. That's all. I mean, I'm just going to leave it at that. And if you don't know that story, in the story, it was talking about the laser warfare. I think it was between, what is it? Atlantis versus who? What's the name? Lemuria, however you pronounce that. I believe the story was talking about a war between those two, and they were using lasers. What a lot of humanity doesn't know is the fact that we used to be way more advanced. We were way ahead of our time, thousands of years ago when this war happened. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you how they made the lasers, but you have to read that story. But I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw some cards. So that's very interesting, the fact that this story Dune, is based on, you know, a potential future reality for humanity. So I thought this was like more of like a past thing, because again, like humanity has been very advanced in the past. It's like unfortunately the pattern is we advance a lot, and then war breaks out, and then we're back to being primitive. Advance, war, primitive. Advance, war, primitive. It's a karmic cycle, basically. And I believe I pulled that karmic cycle card. Look at my moon reading that I just did, that I did recently. In the moon reading, we went left in that reading too. I didn't expect that. I was just asking whether or not, you know, the moon landing famous, you know, video was real or not, but we went way left on that one. But when I pulled the spirituality cards for Earth, I got karmic cycles. So I think that card is very much applicable to this situation, even though I don't have the cards. But these are past life cards, but I feel like we could use these for the future too. So give me some cards here. I know this is past life oracle, but we're gonna say future for this one. Give me some oracle cards about this whole Dune situation. So what I got, I was splitting the deck earlier, and I saw this weather card as well too. So what? Weather manipulation is what's drawing my attention to. So it's not just. So is that the way that the lasers work, is my question? Are these lasers, could it be that the lasers emit so much heat that they manipulate the weather, or something about that's weird. Is it like creating a hole in the atmosphere to where the sun burns up the surface? Is that what the lasers would do? But this is talking about weather manipulation as well. Weather taking into account, to me, the weather card is talking about extreme heat on the earth. And it could be this heat is coming in from this laser warfare in the future, is what I'm getting. But this is thousands. I'm talking about thousands of years in the future. That this is a potential reality. I'm talking about thousands. We have the swordsmith card. This is my warfare card as well, right here too. Wealthy, talking about the houses, the wealth of the houses, money. You know, they say this is a negative affirmation, but the saying goes, you know, money is the root of all evil. And what's the not the catalyst, but what's the thing, you know, in the Dune series, the spice is what's driving all these houses to, you know, fight each other. And, you know, power, the spice represents the power. So that's a good question. So you know what, I don't even know if I should ask that question about whether spice is real on Earth, because I don't, as a reader, you know, I still have to be responsible. So I'm just gonna leave that question. And then you have heartbreak too. Civil war is what's pulling my mind. It's like the karmic cycles, a civil war breaking out between people. This side versus that side, wanting power. Swordsmith, cook, teacher. And then we have ancient Egypt. What did I say? Talking about, because if you know the story, they said that, I think, which one? They said ancient Egyptians are like descendants from the Atlanteans, I believe, or the Lemurians. Let's see. Let me look it up real quick. Google's not telling me, so hell, I'm gonna use the freaking pendulum. So were the ancient Egyptians, were they descendants of the Lemurians? Were they the descendants of Lemuria? I do. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong too. I'm sorry. I'm country, So, I'm going to say stuff wrong. Are they descendants of the Atlanteans? So it is Atlantis. So there are parallels. It's karmic cycles. It's the same shit over and over and over again, basically, with this warfare. So if you want to look and see what could potentially happen to the whole freaking earth, look at Egypt and look at all the deserts over there, that land. So with this cook card, even though it's talking about cooking, so I'm getting two different parallels of messages. This powder or the flour, it looks like sand, basically, and it looks like sand on the cook's hands or whatever. But also, I think it's called kneading the dough, I believe is what they do or whatever. It's like crushing your opponent, literally, like and not only that, the other message I'm hearing is like needing out resources. It's like the motion is what I'm getting. I don't know. That's just what I'm getting. But the teacher card is talking about us learning a lesson, us learning from this series, so we don't repeat the same mistakes. Inventor. Tell me about the future. What's going on? Execution. And then scribe. To me, so it's talking about the author. The author is basically a scribe. He's basically being a scribe for the future. That's basically what it is. To me, that's what I'm getting. This inventor card. Is this talking about... I don't want to harp on the lasers, but I'm just curious. Is this inventor card talking about invention of the lasers? Is that what it's talking about? I don't know why, but the spirit guides are putting a very high emphasis on these lasers right now. What I'm hearing is like, don't do it. Just don't do it to humanity. Don't do it. We will literally destroy this planet if we start using lasers in warfare. We've done it in the past. Humanity would be its own worst enemy. There is nothing that I feel like they'll try to put an enemy in front of us, like, oh, the aliens are gonna invade us and kill us and destroy humanity. No, at the end of the day, humanity would destroy itself before any other species even got to us. If a species is trying to destroy us, I feel like they wouldn't even waste the time to do that, because we would do it to ourselves at the end of the day. And that's what this series Dune is talking about. Because at the end of the day, when Paul Atreides comes into power, remember he was talking about in the movie with his visions that he goes down this path. I think they said billions of people would die, basically, from him, taking this action and getting this power, basically, and starting the holy war is what I'm getting. Okay, so that's my next question. So is the holy war in the Dune series, is that based on a future war? Is that based on a future war? So it's going back and forth. That's another emphasis, this holy war or whatever. I think that's the most enthusiastic that the pendulum has moved. When I tell you I can feel like it moving, like it is going crazy right now. This is the craziest it's ever gone. Okay. Let's calm down. Let's slow it down. Woo! I'm sorry. That energy was intense, y'all. That scared me a little. I'm not gonna lie. That energy I felt was intense. Like that is crazy. It's saddening to learn this. You know, we like to enjoy things, and we like to enjoy movies and our books and our series. But there is truth in the pretend, is the quote that keeps coming to mind concerning this situation. Let's change gears a little bit. Let's talk about the mystical here. This is the, oh, I don't have the, what is this? These are some new oracle cards. I got Mystical Journey Oracle. So since we're talking about the Bene Gesserit and all that, give me the spirituality around this time. Just give me some general spirituality cards around this time, with this future that the series Dune is talking about. Give me some spirituality cards. Let's talk about the Bene Gesserit, human intelligence. Because another thing that's coming into mind is I believe it's I don't know if that's their general. I'm sorry, I don't remember the series too much, but the guy, when he was doing the calculations and his eyes went white or whatever, the human calculators. I'm seeing developments in that too. That's going to be real too. Like we're using this. Oh, so we're going to switch gears here. Because in the series, I believe the series is based on, you know, us rejecting robots, AI, and then, you know, development in our intelligence and spirituality, where we have the human calculators. I don't know what they're called. I'm sorry. I just watch this stuff for entertainment, but you know, I'm going to follow it more closely now that it's like literally like a potential future. But so is this one of humanity's futures, post AI and robotics and stuff like that? The pendulum's going crazy again. This is... Y'all saw how the pendulum was just moving a little bit before and now it's going crazy? So will humans reject AI in the future? Will humans reject AI in the future and robotics and stuff like that? I mean, honestly, my whole opinion on AI is it said, yes, we're going to reject that. And we don't need it. If we can create something like AI, we don't really need it because we can do what we created it to do. The human brain is literally a computer. Artificial intelligence is what is it? Artificial, is fake, it's not real. That means that it is second place when it comes to the human mind, the human brain, human intelligence. It is fake. It does not compare to our intelligence, and our brain and our mind can not only connect to what is scientific, logical, what is physical, but the spiritual. The human brain connects both of those. Artificial intelligence lacks the spiritual side. So in order for us to develop, we have to embrace our spiritual side. That's why we're going to reject AI. It's not going to work. All these virtual reality bull crap, all this AI that is making people, AI is going to make humanity lazy at the end of the day, which is crazy because we can do what AI does and then some, and with our own brains, with our own minds. But AI is going to be used to slow us down, to dumb us up, basically, is the whole intention of it. But we're going to reject that and embrace and take our power back, basically. So my next question is there going to be a war against AI? Is there going to be a war between AI and humans? So we kind of went left there. I didn't even expect to ask. I was going to ask about some mystical stuff, but they brought to my attention, what's that movie? I, Robot, stuff like that. And that's an enthusiastic yes. The energy is getting really high in here. Very enthusiastic yes. So there's going to be a war between humans and AI. Of course, humans, we're going to win because what, we created the AI, so we know we can destroy it, right? So that's going to lead to the storyline or the potential reality of Dune, basically. And damn, that reminds me of that movie that I watched. I can't remember. I think it's on Netflix or whatever, but it's the story of I think it's Denzel Washington's son stars in that movie that's on Netflix about the robots versus humans thing where robots, you know, are fighting for their rights and stuff like that. And basically in that movie, what happens is that I think it's like some sort of bomb or a laser. I can't remember. It was a while since I watched it. But basically, the robots were blamed for blowing up a whole city, basically. To me, that's going to be, to me, again, there's truth in the pretend. That is a potential future for humanity. And this whole war happening because we go to war against AI and robots because AI turns against us and potentially destroys parts of the planet. But it's AI too, but to me, it's us going to war with each other too, as well. Not just AI, but people going to war with each other and destroying the planet to where it looks like Arrakis. That's crazy. So there will be a rejection of AI. At the end of the day, we should reject it now because we don't need it at the end of the day. Anything that AI can do, we can do better. That's why they want you to put on that virtual reality crap, because they're trying to use it for this artificial intelligence to make it comparable to the human mind, because they know that it's not comparable. That's why they need your consciousness. They need your intelligence. They need you to feed the machines, basically. They want to teach the machines how to be human, basically, to replace humans, essentially. But you can't replace us. Let's switch gears here. Let's talk about the spirituality. We're talking about spiritual development around this time. Give me some cards talking about spiritual development during this time. What do we have here? Manifestation and resistance. What did I say? You have the resistance card, resistance to anything that is artificial intelligence, anything that is technology based. There's going to be a change and a revolution, basically, to where people embrace their spirituality. They embrace their divine talents, basically. And then you have manifestation. When you go up to the higher dimensions of living, like when you go up to like, I think it's 5th, 6th dimension, stuff like that, maybe even higher 4th, you can manifest things easily. That means that you can, it reminds me of, is it Sirius energy? I think that's the card in one of my decks. But basically, it's the Jesus energy, to where you can turn water to wine. You can manifest things into physical reality like that. Give me some more cards. But this is thousands, and when I mean thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of years in the future. Inner child here. So there's a return to focusing more on enjoying your life. You know, we're not going to be slaves to 40 hours a week at a corporate job, making billions of dollars for somebody else, basically. We're all going to be, there's going to be more of an emphasis on, you know, enjoying your life, cultivating your inner child, and connecting to Mother Earth, in a sense. Sadly, you know, we're going to have, you know, the wars and stuff like that, potentially. You know, I feel like, you know, this can be avoided, but, you know, it's up to us to avoid it. But then you have the redemption card. So I feel like even after the Holy War, you know, we can still turn things around or whatever, but it's thousands of years later. Life review. So with the life review, it talks about, you usually get your life review after when you die. This is death right here. And then when you're at your life review, you're reviewing your current life, your past lives, you know, what happened during your lifetime, what did you learn, and then it contributes to soul growth. So again, you know, this could be the death and rebirth of humanity on another level is what I'm getting as well. And then you have taking back your power. It's talking about taking back our power from these entities, from this technology, this AI bull that is taking over everyone's lives. Like you can't even say I'm crazy, because you can go out on the streets anywhere and you'll see people like walking head down in their phone. You're at a concert, what does everybody have in their hands? Phones. Videotaping the same freaking concert that, you know, it's going to be taped, or other people are filming or whatever. People don't know how to live in the moment anymore. We have become slaves to technology, and we're going to take back that power once we go to war with technology, basically. So I'm seeing that, you know, I came into this reading very optimistic. You know, if this whole reading told me, hey, this is all fantasy, you know, you can still learn from fantasy, but, you know, I was just going to keep this a short reading, but we kind of went left here, as we always do over here at Sage of Seven. But is there any other cards? And then we have the cycles of life. Remember, I told you we had the karmic cycles card. Can y'all see the card? Yeah, y'all can see it. Cycles of life, karmic cycles for Earth and humanity. It's the same thing. It's the same bull crap over and over and over again. We progress, we advance. War, whether it's with each other or freaking AI, we go back to primitive ways, but things can be different. When I say primitive, I don't just mean like caveman and stuff like that, but just a world with no technology, basically. And then you have inspiration as well. So again, this is, to me, this is talking about creativity is going to take, you know, a forefront, you know, creativity, and then you have, I saw self-care too, but this is, to me, this is talking about taking care of our planet. So that means play nice. We need to play nice. We need to be adults. We need to grow up, and we need to settle differences without using violence. Because, you know, you may destroy your enemy, but if you destroy them, you're gonna destroy yourself. Like the Beyonce song says, when you hurt me, you hurt yourself. When you play me, you play yourself. At the end of the day, when it comes to war, there are no winners. There is no winner if we go this route of this war against each other using these damn lasers. We will all lose, and our planet will look like Arrakis. So I'm sorry I'm cussing, but fuck around and find out will be that air. That air will be fuck around and find out. So, you know, I reject these lasers. Who knows, you know, now that I know this, you know, I'm sorry, but y'all, I might be on another planet during this time, because your girl don't want to get burnt up by no damn laser. I don't want to be, you know, charcoal barbecued and over no wars over freaking resources and but who knows. But your girl may be in the Bene Gesserit. That's what I would be in, because you know all my witches. My ass would be up there with the witches, with the galactic witches. That's where I would be at, probably. So y'all have fun with that. My ass would be on a rocket somewhere else, okay? But let's get back to the reading. You know, I have to put humor in this. This is all sad, but you know, I have to add some sort of humor in this. But let's pull some spirituality cards here. This is falling. Wand magic. And wand doesn't necessarily But you know, I got a dirty mind sometimes, so I'm thinking about the wand below your waist. But not just that, but actual wand magic. I'm seeing these advanced wands more so. There's a guy that I saw, a male and a female, who I don't know if they're a couple or not, but they made wands. There was like a YouTube video, and what I'm being shown is like advanced wands, not just like a wood stick wand, but using metals like copper, silver. I think those are the main ones that I'm just seeing right now. But I see a silver wand with like a crystal on the ends of it, and it's like maybe aluminum too, but it's like spirals and stuff like that. Just advanced, you know, wand magic. We're already getting there, but then you have the manifestation card as well too. Very interesting. Magic is going to advance a lot. Give me some spirituality cards. Psychic attacks. Psychic warfare is what's being drawn to my attention as well. And with that European card, I don't think they posted this, but Trinity Oracles posted a video on their Patreon, and it was taught. I'm not gonna say what they were saying on there, because y'all, like, you want to read, you want to watch the reading, y'all need to go ahead and, you know, patronize, and y'all need to pay. But I'm just gonna ask the question: is the European card, is that talking about that war in Europe, the bomb or the laser going over Europe? Is that what it's talking about? Is that talking about the destruction of Europe? So if you want more details on that, check out their Patreon, Trinity Oracles. They have a reading on that. It's like I think the video is them of some guy that was, you know, doing all these channelings and talking about end times or stuff like that. I don't know. Just check out their Patreon. They have a video on it. There you go. But that's what it's reminding me of. Blessings. Blessed with many gifts, twin flame. I've heard something about the era of the twin flame coming in. I don't know. I guess a lot of twin flames manifesting. Tarot readings. And you have curse, hex, roots. So spiritual warfare is when you... Spiritual warfare is going to be crazy in the future. Y'all think it's bad now to where, you know, you gotta, where people are doing candle magic and burning shit and burying shit in their backyards and stuff like that. You ain't seen nothing yet with this spiritual warfare. What I'm getting now is that with this whole Dune like future right here, spiritual warfare is going to be in the mind. That's where most of it is going to take place at. It's not going to be so much of people, you know, lighting candles, you know, doing jars and shit like that. It's going to be in the mind. Mind magic is what's being drawn here. Usually when I say tarot reading, they want me to pull some tarot cards here, so I'm going to pull some. This is crazy. But a very blessed era for gifts, for spirituality. Humanity will be blessed on that front for our gifts. We're coming into our real power. You know, they try to death reverse is talking about transformation. No, death reverse, I take that back. Death reverse is let me stop. Death reverse is talking about cycles, repeating the same thing over and over again, not growing, not learning. To me, that's talking about, you know, repeating the same mistakes with like war and stuff like that. Let's see some tarot cards here. The moon is reversed. what is that? That's a Six of Pentacles, the Lovers reverse, and then Eight of Wands. So I'm seeing, so this Six of Pentacles, to me, this is talking about, Six of Pentacles can talk about, you know, generosity, charity, you know, like the imagery, it's like giving money away. But to me, this is, what I'm seeing is, we had that wealthy card in the past life or the future oracle cards. To me, this is drawing attention to what I'm hearing is the wealth gap. The wealth gap widening even more during this time, because the few having power over certain resources, just like the whole, the whole Arrakis thing, the spice. And you see right here, like, if you look closely, what is coming out of their hand, like, I know it's supposed to be like little ducats or whatever, but it's drawing my attention about the spice or whatever it is. So to me, this guy is looking proud, like he's just giving like breadcrumbs basically to the people that are begging down there. So to me, this is talking about a widening wealth gap. The Lovers reverse, talking about conflicts, civil wars. So we already talked about stuff like that, but to me, the cards are definitely drawing the point home, some sort of falling out or a conflict or a disagreement that ends up in, that quickly escalates. Eight of Wands, a quick escalation during that time. But to me, this is talking about too, this psychic warfare as well. A quick development in the psychic abilities when we get rid of technology. Right now, technology to me is slowing us down as far as the potential of our minds. That's just my opinion. And based on this reading, you know, that's what it's saying to me. But a quick escalation in conflicts. But I am seeing the destruction of Europe, which is crazy. But that is a potential reality. It doesn't mean that it's the only reality. And then what do we have here? Five of Wands, conflict. Strength card, reverse, cowardice. And to me, strength reverse, when strength is upright, you know, she's taming the line. She's in control. To me, this says a loss of control. Right here. Aggression. Too much force right here to me. But then you have the Devil reverse. The Devil reverse talks about a release, releasing us from the shackles of technology, of this AI, of not only of just technology, but whatever is holding back humanity, a release from that after all this bloodshed, basically, which is sad how we have to get there, but unfortunately, that's how it happens. With that potential future, because, you know, Dune is, this whole Dune storyline is a potential reality. Doesn't mean it's the reality, but it is a potential one. So honestly, during this whole reading, it was more emphasis on, you know, humans. Like I don't get us being taken out by some aliens. If anything, we would take ourselves out. That's why if at any time, you know, these media outlets and these governments try to say like, oh, like the aliens are trying to attack us, yada, yada, yada. Don't go for that bullshit, because at the end of the day, like I've said in my previous readings, if extraterrestrials wanted to attack us, they could have did that thousands, maybe millions of years ago. And, you know, humans would have been, Earth humans at least, would have been wiped out, you know, if somebody wanted to invade us, basically. But, you know, we will come out of this stronger. But that's very interesting how this Dune series is a potential future reality for humanity. Hopefully it doesn't get that bad, but, you know, with human nature, you know, unfortunately, we are prone to selfishness, you know, aggression, violence, greed, unfortunately. But, you know, The light will shine through the darkness. But there will be darkness, is what I'm hearing. God bless us all. God help us, is all I'm going to say. Very interesting. Your girl's going to make some provisions now, because I ain't trying to be on earth when it get burnt up. If it get burnt up, I ain't trying to be here, okay? So you read this reading, you know. Well, you know what? Hell, I'm going to see if they're going to tell me how many thousands of years. So let's see. Is this potential reality 10,000 years in the future? Is this 10,000 years in the future? So let's see. Is it less than 10,000 years in the future? This potential reality, is it less than 10,000 years in the future? Is it less than 5,000 years in the future? This Dune reality, this Dune storyline. Less than 5. Less than 3? Less than 3,000 years in the future? Around 3,500? Around 3,500 years in the future? Okay. All right. So y'all got a timeline. 3,500 years in the future, we may see a Dune reality where this happens potentially. You know, it's not. Is everything gonna happen? What is it? Everything that's in the Dune book's gonna happen? No, like some things, like I'm saying, some things are exaggerated. Some things, you know, are not gonna happen. But 3,500 years in the future, you know, I am seeing like a war breaking out, you know, between us, AI, all that shit like that. So, you know, make your provisions. If you want to take you a little vacation on the other side after you pass away, you know, that would be a good time to do that during that wartime, unless you have an assignment where, you know, you have to be there during this time because, you know, that's your, you know, sole mission is to accomplish something during that time. But hey, you know, I'm gonna talk to Spirit and be like, hey, Spirit, you know, I'm gonna go on vacation in 3,500 years from now. If there's nothing, you know, specific or integral that you need me to do, you know, I just don't want to get burnt up to a crisp. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and go to another planet or stay on the other side for about. How long would the Holy War last? I need to know how long, because I need to know how long I need to go on vacation during that time. Will the Holy War last 500 years? 500 years? Damn. I heard 500. That's why I asked that. Okay. So all my spiritual people, y'all better come back as a Bene Gesserit, as an intergalactic witch that's pulling the strings. Oh my goodness. You better come back as one of them, because they seem to survive everything, honestly. They smart and they know they pulling the strings from the shadows or whatever. But if you don't want to be on the Bene Gesserit team, you know, just take a 500-year vacation during that time. You know, that's during the Holy War. That could potentially happen. So, very interesting. Very interesting. So, this concludes the reading on Dune. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading and found it entertaining. I don't want anybody to panic, you know. Well, you shouldn't panic because, you know, you know what to expect, and you can make provisions, and, you know, you can make plans and do whatever you need to do on a soul level to prepare for this time, you know. And you can get ready, you know, because those that get ready, those that stay ready don't have to get ready. So you're at an advantage if you watch this video. But I don't want anybody to be scared or to be fearful, you know. You know, that's life. We go through these cycles. You know, we're all here. This earth is a school. This is school. This is for us to learn. So best thing we can do is just pray for our future, and you know, we need to put out more positive so the negative doesn't overtake us and we destroy ourselves, basically. So stay positive. You know, don't be scared. Don't be scared. I'm sorry. I should be taking this seriously, but you know, when you've seen a lot, you just kind of, you know, I don't want to say you get numb to it, but you all you can do is stay positive and hope for the best, you know. But as I said before, anything I stated during this reading is all legit for entertainment purposes only. If you want to book a reading with me, go to save7.com. I love y'all. Peace.